Yo, people, Eddie Nketiah, late winner for Manchester United. And Nketiah is in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, their fans is in trouble. And Nketiah is in the room. He scored 2 goals versus Manchester United. Bukayo Saka also scored a goal. We're 5 points clear versus Manchester United. The title charge is fully on. Let's get this show started. You already know what it is. I'm so gassed right now. What a win versus Manchester United. The Arsenal is back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are for real. Let's get the show started. Hello, just customers. Why am I saying? Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Egal Talks Football, and I'm back again with another video. How is everyone doing today? Are you guys doing well? Let me know, how are you guys doing? Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am gassed. Arsenal are currently top of the table, 5 points clear, just beat Manchester United in a comeback victory, 3-2. Yes, we beat them 3-2. We scored 3 goals. But unfortunately, we conceded another 2 goals. This was a game where Eddie Nketiah was in the room. Your defense is in trouble, and Nketiah's in the room. The guy showed up big time today. He got a big goal. He did what he had to do. And I'm gassed, ladies and gentlemen. What a win for Arsenal. What a win for Eddie Nketiah. What a win for all of us. How are you guys feeling? Are we going to win this Premier League? Are you guys excited? Do you think we can win the Premier League? Do you think we can do it? Because I believe. I hope you believe. I just want to tell everyone who doubted Eddie Nketiah, this is your time to put some respect on Eddie Nketiah's name. Say, I'm sorry. Apologize to Eddie Nketiah. Apologize to the guy. He has delivered. He is the best backup striker in the Premier League. And at this moment in time, he's performing. And no Jesus, no problem. No Jesus, no problem, ladies and gentlemen. We are still doing what we're doing. Debut for Trossard. He came in. He did what he had to do. He was lively. He was involved. He even was in part involved in the goal that was scored. The final goal that was scored. Also, Marcus Rashford did concede, but we did concede to Marcus Rashford. But the moment he scored, Bukayo Saka went to the other end and said, I'm going to let you have it also. And he scored the next goal. Then we got to talk about this. People keep talking about Casemiro this, Casemiro that. Their midfield was destroyed by a left back. Zinchenko was the man that destroyed them. That control that he offered us in the midfield, he didn't have to worry defensively the whole entire night. He had the night off. Antony didn't do nothing. Their left wing didn't do nothing. Their attack didn't do nothing. The only thing that they had was a scrappy goal from Martinez and a wonder goal from Marcus Rashford. Also, it's nice to have a throwback back. Manchester United, Arsenal is back in the fold. 2 teams that used to be competing at the top of the table. This game meant something, and I thoroughly enjoyed this game. From the beginning to the end. It was a great game. And Arsenal won, and that's all we cared about. It was a statement victory. This is what champions do. This is what champions do. And this is what I love to see. This is what I fully love to see. People saying TFT hating on Egal. Yo, bro, let the haters hate. Let the haters hate. Nobody, Terry and the boys are cool. It's just people in the comments are always going to hate. Even when we win, even when I come and speak facts, even when I say anything, no matter what, people are going to hate. But guess what? When we win the freaking Premier League trophy, they can hate when they're watching the parade. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But yo, my guy Gunnar Souls, how you doing? Let's talk about some of these things. Eddie Nketiah is in the room. People in the chat are saying who's top of the league. We're still top of the league. Manchester United fans are gutted, but unfortunately you guys lost. But we're just a better team at this moment in time. We're better than you guys, and there's no insult to that. You're facing one of the best Arsenal teams in history at this moment in time. Points tell you that. Performances tell you that. Results tell you that. And right now we're on pace to be one of the best teams to ever win the Premier League. It's an Arsenal team. Trossard was good. Yes, I agree. People in the chat saying Trossard was good. Man United are shit. No, they weren't. They've improved a lot. Let's not lie. They've improved a lot. Let's go. Skills is in the house. Egal's on smoke. Of course. Bro, I'm taking all them packs. Today, I got Damian, I got Monty on, I got 2 Man United fans on just to give it to them. And then we're going to have Liverpool fans on, Chelsea fans. I'm giving it to everyone. Everyone's catching it. Everybody's catching it. And you know what? Let these guys try to talk about Antony not being a flop. It's not that he's a flop. It's just he's not showing anything. Maybe he'll turn it around. But at this moment in time, Anthony's not showing me anything to say that he's going to be a serviceable player in the long run. And it kind of is scary when you think their manager signed him and he used to manage under him last year. That's nuts. To compare that to anything Arsenal has signed is mental. But yeah, people saying Trossard, thoughts on Trossard. Trossard, I'll get onto it. But wow, Trossard came in, just the first touch. You know what he did, Sulz? His first touch, he took the ball from our half, from our goal, in our box. He touched the ball in our box, and he ended up in the other box somehow. He's a one-man press, literally like a basketball. But yo, join your channel not because I'm an Arsenal fan, but because you know ball. Big up to my guy here. Big up to my guy. Antony is Sancho 2.0. I'm not saying he's Sancho 2.0. That's too harsh. That's too harsh. I feel like that's very harsh. At this moment in time, he's not Sancho 2.0, but he's on pace to be Pepe 2.0, potentially. Allow Chelsea today. No, Chelsea, Mikel Mudryk looks quality. But guess what? We got Trossard, and Trossard looked quality today. Zinchenko, what a performance. Bossed it. Absolutely bossed it. Yo, Gunnar Sulz doesn't even know what to say right now. Egal, we winning the league? Yes, we are winning the league. Yes, we are winning the league. I don't think for 1 second anyone who's watching Arsenal perform week in, week out can say, cast in fact, that we are not one of the best teams in the Premier League, that we are not a team that's on pace to potentially win this Premier League. And I think we deserve it. I think if people look at this Arsenal team right now and they say that this is a false image, they're lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves. Antony and Gakpo will be flops. You know what? At this moment in time, it's too harsh to jump on either of them yet. Eredivisie is tough to come over and translate. That's just a reality. Saka's on fire. Saka's world class. Saka is world class. Saka is one of the best wingers in the world. Salaam alaikum, Terence Tibbs. Talk to me, Gunnar Sulz. How you feeling?
Well, one of the signings came on and won the game for us. One of the signings came on and dribble hype in it. Let's just put it as it is. The man did a few dribbles and he was like, oh my God, look at this. We signed it. You know what? Yeah. What Trossard did is what Mudryk should have done. Help Chelsea win the game. He didn't do fuck all. 90 million for that? Fuck off. Get out of here. We got the player who's going to make an impact now. And I said it. The league's done. Finished. It's Arsenal's. Write it, engrave it. I don't care what you want to do. There is no one, and I mean no one, that's going to stop us winning the league. United tried it today. Can't do it. We're going to smack City for 6 points. I can guarantee that right now. We're going to smack them at Etihad, and we're going to do them at the Emirates. The game that comes in the FA Cup, I don't really care. I don't care what happens in that. I hope we win. I am going down to that game, so I really hope we do win that game. But no one's stopping us in the league. This is different, and I've been saying it since last season. Don't let the fact that we didn't get top 4 write off the mentality of this team. We bought 2 bona fide winners in Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko, and today we've seen it. You know what Zinchenko today did? Was the same thing he did for City against Aston Villa on the last game of the season when he helped win that league for them. Same thing, same energy, the mentality. Did you hear what he said after the game as well? He was like, I came into this, and he was like, the players were talking about how he goes, I don't want to hear about top 4, we're going for the league. We talk about the title, and they laughed at him, and now they believe. And that's what he actually said. You know what? I'm telling you, it's different.
He said this right now.
Yeah, he said after the game, he had an interview. He said, when I came into the club, I told them straight away, we're not talking about top 3, top 4. We're going to win the league. I tweeted it as well. And that's what he actually said in one of the interviews he did. So to me, the mentality of this team is on a different planet. It is never die. You know, when Rashford scored, don't get it twisted. It took a bit out of me. I was like, oh, shit. Is it going to be one of them days? But you know what? This team turned it around. Just superb response. Come back straight away. And when we went and won the game.
I'm trying to find this interview. I can't believe he said that. He really said that?
Yeah, he said, I don't want to talk about top 4. We're going for the league title, yeah.
Wow. I'm going to find that tweet. But yo, talk to me, bro. What about Eddie Nketiah? Because I've been dragged through the mud for Eddie Nketiah. 3 or 4 videos where I was backing him. You were in the stream that time when I was backing him.
Truthfully, I've always said I have got question marks on him. I never doubted him. I never said that, he shouldn't be here or anything like that. But I had my question marks because he hasn't played enough for us to sit there and go, yeah, he's bona fide. He's going to come in and do what he needs to do. And especially with Jesus, like we've got to understand, Jesus is totally different to the way Nketiah normally plays. And I still think he plays differently. But what he's been doing is in his own way making the same impact. But I've said it, the difference with Nketiah and Jesus is Nketiah is a direct goal threat, which is something we missed when we played in Old Trafford when we lost 3-1. Today, I said that's going to be the difference. Nketiah is going to be the difference to us winning and losing this game. And today, the guy stepped up massively. When we needed him, when we were 1-0 down, that was one of Arteta's biggest criticism in the last 2.5 seasons, is we can't come back from losing positions. Now we've done it against a team that's been on form, that's on fire, that was coming here to stop us, and Nketiah stepped up. You have to keep it real. Do you know what? He's come in, he's shut the haters up. This is what Lokonga should be doing. Lokonga asked for game time. He comes in, doesn't do this. And Nketiah asked for, or actually demanded game time and said, I deserve the game time. And he's come in. And by the way, don't forget, Gabriel Jesus is injured. So it doesn't really matter what happens next week. Nketiah has to play. And the guy's mentality is, even though for the next 2 months, I am guaranteed to start pretty much, he's not letting his performances drop at any moment. Even when we're losing, even when the team is not performing, I've seen him do things to help the team win games. So you have to rate the mentality. You back your talk, and that's what he did. And that, to me, is the biggest thing to why I think people need to respect him. Forget the goals, forget the performances. When you back yourself, and then you, in a way, it's the whole saying of, when you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. And he's done it. He's proven it. And to me, for him to keep us in the title conversation and actually extend the league, well, we're 5 points now with a game in hand, potentially going 8 points ahead of him, you have to respect it. Because, the amount of pressure he was under, that's the main thing. It's the pressure did not get to him. He's becoming a diamond in the making.
I'm just going to say this about Eddie Nketiah. I need to put a picture up of Eddie Nketiah. We got Saracen Gooner in the house. Big up, Saracen, bro. It's been a long time. Hope you're well.
Yes.
Chat, do me a favor. What are you guys doing? Hit that like button right now. Support the kid. What are you guys doing? Let's go. Eddie Nketiah. You know what? I'm going to get the picture of Eddie Nketiah and Bukayo Saka. They both deserve the respect. Because Bukayo Saka, at this point, people, if you don't call the guy world class, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? But
No, he's potentially world class. I'm not going to say
bro,
yet.
at this moment in time, I don't want to hear it. He does it for his club. He does it for his country. Consistently for almost 2.5 years.
No, I'd be a hypocrite if I call Saka world class right now. That's all I am.
Is Pedri world class?
Not yet.
Okay, so you're keeping it consistent. Fair enough.
For me, he's world class, bro. For me, he's no doubt. First of all, big up, Egal. Congratulations on your 10K, man. If you're not subscribing, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. So congratulations, Egal. Pretty big up. Hello, Sulz. Hello, everyone in the chat. Bro, let's just kill the Man United fans for a minute. They're mouthy. They give it to us, bro. I'm so happy, bro. What? Mouthing it up. Who's your daddy now? You got lucky in Old Trafford. Yeah, we should have won that game. And we smashed you today as well. Second half, bro. First half was a bit competitive. Second half, we should have scored more goals. But yeah, man, I'm so happy, man. Them two rivalries, Tottenham and Man United. If you're old school like me, and if you're old school like probably like Gunnar Sulz and some of the old school, bro, those are the two ones that you want to win. Like City, you don't really care that much now. This season we do. But them two ones, Man United and Tottenham, and we smoked them both. In the space of a month, bro. In the space of a month, I'm so fucking happy, bro. Sorry, but yeah.
No worries. Yo, Sulz, you got anything to say? Anything that I might have missed? Because I said a lot of things.
You know what it is, man. Like, I think people need to stop questioning the mentality of this team. And just accept that, we're fucking good. Because everyone's like, oh, there's another test coming up. There's another test coming up. There's another test. And I keep saying it. I don't understand. How many tests do we have to have? Are we going for a PhD or something? Like, what is this? How many tests are you giving us? Because they were like, oh, when we play Spurs. Oh, when we played Liverpool. Oh, when we played this team. Oh, City won, so you're now going to lose. Fuck off. We ain't losing shit. We don't care. You can win all you want. City can go undefeated till the end of the season. Does not impact us because we don't give a flying fuck what they do. We only care about what we need to do, which is getting the W. Whether City lose, it doesn't mean we can lose now. The pressure's off. No, we keep the pressure on ourselves to go there and consistently win. Forget the test. Stop questioning this team. The mentality is on a different fucking planet. Yeah, we went down. We come back. Yeah, then we take the lead. They come back with a freak goal, by the way. Fair play to Martinez. I'll give him that. It was a good way of scoring a header. And it didn't phase us. We still stuck to plan A. It was play our game, play our system. And you know what now? Now it's the biggest mistake. This window is the biggest fear factor for the rest of the league because we've gone and signed Trossard. The Kiwi he's now here. He's basically confirmed. He was at the game. And then we're looking at getting Ivan Frazenda from Valladolid. I'm telling you now, we can actually go all the way in the FA Cup. We can go all the way in the league, and we can potentially go and get the Europa League. A treble is on its way. And I can tell you now, with the depth that we're now creating, this squad is beyond.
Rewind?
Yeah, we can potentially get a treble, yeah.
Wow.
Europa League, FA Cup, we're in it. We can beat City. City's
potentially,
not. Don't forget, in the FA
Cup,
we have a good record against City in the FA Cup. So why can't we? And now we're adding that depth. We brought in, well, number one, we brought in Trossard, who's an immediate impact. Whether you play him in the Europa League, whether you play him in the league, wherever you want to play, he can come in and just play because he's played in the Premier League and he's fit enough to do it. Now, the two others, okay, we can question them, whether they're good enough, whether they're ready yet. But the depth is there. We've now created somewhat 2-11s that we can go and play week in, week out.
You know, can I ask you a question, Egal and Sulz? Yeah, quick one. I said last year on AFTV that we've got the best young team in the world and people slated me for it, yeah? I still maintain that. I can't think of a better team, not squad. I'm not saying squad. I'm saying team with experience. These guys have played a lot of matches. Can you think of any better team in the whole world that's better than Arsenal at the moment? Young team.
Best young team in the world, it's us.
We are the best young team in the world.
Mm.
And it's coming together.
There's no question.
Barca's a close one, but I'd say Arsenal right now.
You know what? We're hearing about trebles. We're hearing about best young team in the world. Let's go to the comment section. Let's see what everyone's saying before we go out. I know Gunnar Souls, you're gonna have to go soon, so just let me know when you gotta drop out. Trossard, Eddie Nketiah, Saka. Do we change Martinelli? Because everyone's talking about Martinelli needs to be dropped. Martinelli, it doesn't look right. What's up with Martinelli? Are we questioning Martinelli right now?
Right. So the simple answer tactically is, what we need to understand when Jesus was playing, because Jesus likes to run on the flanks and play in the channels, it made Martinelli's game more complete because he was allowed to come inside and become the middleman, which is what I've been saying for a very long time. I do believe Martinelli's true calling is playing down the center. But the thing is, right, like I've got question marks because there are some concerns in terms of his passing today. Some of his decisions in crossing weren't that great. But we need to understand, this kid's got a mentality of an elite player. Now, yes, he's going through a bit. I'll admit he's going through a bit of a bad patch. It's not the Martinelli we know and we love. But the thing is, we need to back it. We need to stop, doing this thing where just because they're going through, like Saka did at the beginning of the season, where he didn't look like the Saka we know he can be, and now he's showing that. We need to just let it ride out. These players are good enough to get themselves back into form. They're not those players who you keep playing and they drop form. So just give it time. Be patient.
I think give Trossard a chance in the FA Cup, but for the Premier League, you've got to keep the same team. We've lost one game in the whole of the season, and they were lucky in that game as well. The balance, we talk about balance. The balance is perfect at the moment. Yes, I agree with Sulz 100%. Gabriel links up so well with Martinelli, and since Gabriel's that's where the decline's gone. But we've got Eddie that's scoring goals, so
let me just put the picture up. I'm just gonna say Trossard, his debut was effective. He got involved in the goal to win us the match winner. Welcome M to the chat. By the way, everyone in the chat, just to let you guys know, there is a poll in the chat right now. Make sure you hit the like on the video. Question in the poll is, who's the man of the match? Either Zinchenko, Bukayo Saka, Eddie Nketiah, or Granit Xhaka. Those are my four that I've picked for potential candidates for man of the match. If I've missed somebody, let me know. But those are the four. Let me know from those guys. Thomas Partey is not in the mix for me. Anyways, let's get back to what I was saying about Trossard. So Trossard, great, effective debut. As Gunnar Soul said, Modric was doing kick-ups and everything. This guy impacted, got the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard got the ball to Eddie Nketiah. A little bit of fortune on the bounce, and then bang, Eddie Nketiah lays it away. And I knew Eddie Nketiah was going to score the winner the moment I seen the De Gea ridiculous save earlier, where he shot it so hard and he saved it. So Trossard, shout out to him. just to give you guys some a little bit of stats on what Trossard did. He came in in 8 minutes played. He touched the ball 4 times. He had 2 successful dribbles. The guy had 1 recovery, and he had 3 ground duels won. And he also had the ball. He created a chance. He created a big chance that got an assist in 8 minutes. That's mental. Talk to me, guys.
He's an Arsenal player, isn't he? You could just see the way he's technically good. Arteta will coach him well. He's very intelligent. You know, he's definitely an Arteta. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about Mudryk, but for me, I was jealous when I watched that game yesterday. I will be 100% honest. It's like when you're about to go out with a girl and your best friend takes her, or the person that you don't really like gets her at the last minute. Do you know what I mean? That's how it felt to me, because I think Mudryk is going to be something very, very special from what I saw from the clips I've seen. But Trossard is the Arsenal sort of player, and if he gets us over the line, then you know it might be a blessing in disguise. But who knows? Time will tell.
Okay. What are we saying? Did anyone check to see if Richarlison was offside? You know what? The Zinchenko offside thing is annoying because people are going to be talking about that all day.
Oh, it's onside. They've already released it. It's onside. Yeah, there's no question to it.
The haters are still trying to hate, man. I thought they gave that away. Oh man,
let's just go check. Let's just go check because everyone's talking about, is he onside? Let me know.
Onside, bro, man.
That looked like
there's one with the line. There's one with the line. It's clear onside.
Yeah,
does he look offside to you guys? Does he look offside?
So the ball's already struck in that picture there. The ball's already been struck. So it's actually a few frames behind this is when it actually is considered.
But is he
on the line? He's 100% onside, man. 100%.
Because this is the controversy now. People are saying they're trying to come up with an excuse on how they got cheated.
What's gonna happen? Who cares? Let them.
They're trying to
come up with Casemiro. It's gonna be this.
Because they said we got cheated. But you know what? The funny thing is when we said we got cheated, there's actual reports came out from ESPN stating that we actually got cheated.
Exactly. Newcastle handball. Newcastle. Gabriel thrown on the floor. What about that?
You know what? Let's not complain.
If it balances itself out, that's all I'm saying. It balances itself out. But that was onside. That wasn't even close.
This season, I'm not complaining. But as you guys can see right there, I'm pretty sure that looks like he's onside. I know that you can't draw the lines based off that. You got to draw it based off what is actually on the pitch. So if you draw it actually based on what is on the pitch, I don't think I could even measure this. I don't even think I could do it by eyesight. That's how difficult it is. But the linesman's right there.
We deserve to win the game.
Look, the linesman's right there. The linesman's right there. He can clearly see it. They're trying to claim that he was offside for what? The second goal or what? Is this the third goal? Yeah, the third goal. So Zinchenko gets the ball. He cuts it. Zinchenko gets the ball. Then he passes it back, and then the pass is made from Trossard. So I get why they're looking at it, but it's not offside at all. I think the lines don't lie. You know what? Gary Neville is a hater. What did Gary Neville say? Anybody hear what he said?
He's always hating, man. He's still doubting us.
Let's go to M. M hasn't given his reaction yet. M, what you saying?
Yo, big up, guys. Big up the panel. Man, that was amazing, man. That was amazing. I'm still think I'm about to... Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. That was amazing, man. What a performance. I thought after going 1-0 down, I wanted to see how this team will react. And bro, we answered the test, man. Every test that comes our way, we're just answering it. It's amazing, man. That second half, I think we stepped it up because I think the first half we were kind of sloppy, but in that second half we stepped it up. Partey looked better. Zinchenko, I think Zinchenko was trying to find those passes in the first half, but it wasn't kind of working because McTominay was sitting so deep. But bro, in the second half, the whole team stepped up. I thought Trossard could have came on a little bit earlier because I thought his cameo looked decent. But bro, overall, we just looked so good, man. And listen, I was a big doubter of Arteta, and I'm gonna apologize to him for like the 5th time, 6th time, because wow, he's really, really every week is literally every week that passes, we're just getting closer and closer to our goal. And bro, from this position, I don't see who can stop us.
Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you guys happy when you go to work on Mondays? When you go to work on a Wednesday?
Bro,
When you go to
I'm going to work on Tuesday, not Monday, with my headphones in.
Hey.
My defense is in trouble.
Life is good. Life is good.
One thing on
Let's
Nketiah,
get back to the task at hand. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you smack that like button. I need to go back to this because we didn't really speak about it. We didn't really speak about it too much. We spoke about Eddie Nketiah a little bit. Let's just go back and touch on Eddie Nketiah and Bukayo Saka for a second, because and the academy job, the job that Arsenal's academy has done, developing all these players, getting them through the door, and like just they're two of the man of the matches that I wanted to touch on. I'm gonna get a picture of Xhaka and stuff because we already spoke about Zinchenko. Let me know what you guys think about these guys, man. Because in my opinion, the Arsenal Academy has saved us millions and it's done such a wonderful job. I'm gonna go to Sulz first because he has to go. Sulz, what are you saying?
Yeah, magnificent. You know what, man? These men are rude, you know. Did you see the celebration these men did? Yo, you know, Saka, you're rude, you know. I don't care. But you know what? It shows the levels these guys have gone to, man. Like this like Hale End and you know what Saka's done since coming into head of youth and development is magnificent because they're being catered into the first team. They're not being forced into it just because we need positions. They're being selected, you know, carefully to make these transitions into the first team, and that's the main thing that we're seeing now. And Eddie Nketiah as well, the mentality he's showing, biding his opportunity, waiting for his opportunity to come, and this is what we need. When a player says, "I need game time," and does this, yeah, you've got all my respect. But when you're someone like a Lokonga who demands game time, comes on and be lazy, no running, no hard work, nothing like that, you can piss off because that is the levels we need to be seeing. Don't demand something if you're not going to back your talk. And that's, you know what, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't care about his goals. I don't care about his performances. But the reality is when you demand something and you come and do your job, that's my respect earned. Because the goals, yeah, you can score goals, but if you're not doing what we need you to do, it doesn't matter. His performances back his mentality. And then Bukayo Saka, man, I mean, I don't know what I can say about this guy. I mean, arguably the best. It's difficult to say who the best player in the league is right now because between him and Odegaard, I mean, you can give it to either one of them right now. I mean, Bukayo Saka has taken this team to levels we never thought we would see in a very, very long time. This is like players you pay £150 million to go and change your team for. These are the players that, you know, you look at the Mbappes and the Haalands to come in and do this for you. And we've got it in our academy. We've got this kid playing left back, and then Arteta comes in, transitions him into arguably the best right winger in world football, let alone the league. You know, I can't think of a winger right now that comes to the Saka level. You know, maybe Mbappe because he plays on the wing and down the center. You can maybe make that argument, but there's not many. You can arguably put him easily, actually, not even debatably, put him in top 3 world wingers right now. And on performance, on form, these two, magnificent. Like Saka is one of the core reasons to why we're in this league race. And Nketiah has just helped us bolster and, you know, that sort of patch that we've now not got Gabriel Jesus in. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm actually speechless at how good these two have been.
You know what? I don't think anyone else needs to say anything on Eddie Nketiah. Gunnar Souls basically said everything that needs to be said. Let's just move on to Granit Xhaka quickly. But before we do that, I'm gonna bring Ben into the chat. Ben, if anyone doesn't know, Ben is one of the Alistair Ben is one of the first people who came on here and said we're winning the friggin' league. Talk to me, bro. And yo, Saracen, your question's going in and out. 1 second.
Well, Gunnar said we're the first person to say we're going to win the treble, so I'll give him that one. And I tell you what, I think we're on. If we beat Man City in the FA Cup, who's to say that we can't go on to do the treble? You know, and I'd love to win I still want to win the Europa League because, you know, not under the European. That is, you know, if I had to give up one of them, it's the FA Cup. But Eddie, he's not just he is one of the best strikers in the league at the moment. Never mind backup strikers. He's scoring. I mean, he didn't score against Tottenham, did he? But his hold-up play was amazing. Today, that header was a great... That was an Alan Shearer header. You know, he has Ian Wright vibes to me. He really does. And he's an intelligent player as well. He's not just a good striker. I think Arteta likes intelligent players. He just doesn't want just them to be good. He wants them to be intelligent. He wants them to know where to position. Like, at the end of the game, he's not going for goal. It's not about going. He's going to the corner flag, you know. And there's a lot of strikers that are greedy. Will go for goal, and then it gives him. You know, he misses the goal. They've got the ball back, you know, and he does that very well. I thought Partey was good, but first half I think he was a little bit. He had a few missed kicks, but apart from that,
but we lost him.
I get a lot of Man U fans. I've grown up with Man U fans. I grew up in...
But we lost him again.
So you can imagine that's not right. Very good. So beating Man U, for me, especially, that is the biggest rivalry. Forget Spurs. It might be it's a big rivalry, but it's more a bigger rivalry in London. But outside of London, when it comes to, you know, being a one up north, beating Man U, there's no sweeter. That to me is... That's a trophy in itself for me. Like, I love beating Man U. I hate Man U. I hate the fans because you know how I actually think a lot of today. I hate how we're being really nice about how well they played and that. Oh, you're coming back. No, we beat you. I don't care. I'm not going to be nice about it. Man United are in the mud. Antony, how much you paid for that guy? He is crap. He is crap. I mean. You know, we've got a player. You think I thought he was going to be one of these fast wingers, right? That you're not going to be able to catch, you know. But all he's bothered about, and he's probably got loads of ability. But do you know what he ain't got? He ain't got the attitude that someone like Saka does. Saka could probably do all these tricks, and Martinelli can do those tricks, but they're so direct. I think Antony's more bothered about doing a trick and trying to look good than get the ball in the back of the net and actually be a team player. He's awful.
He was cracking the World Cup as well, wasn't he? When he cracked the World Cup as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's more bothered about running around in circles with that trick. I mean, I don't understand that trick. It doesn't even look that great. But I mean, do you know what I mean? It's I think he's trying to be. I think he's trying to be Neymar, isn't he?
That's all he is, man. And Neymar. Don't disrespect Neymar.
Let's wait and see. Big up. Let's talk about the next person, Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka got the cap in his arm.
Egal, before you do that, Gunnar Sulz, you made such a good case for Saka. Come on, man. You got to say he's world class there. You said he's one of the best right wingers in the world, but he's world class.
Okay, okay. Shall I tell you, Saracen? So I don't even think Kane's world class. Because for me, you've got to win. Like, Kane isn't world class either. And I'll tell you why. Because one of my criteria is you have to win things. Because for me, like, my world class status is very high barred. Like, if I say you're world class, there's no one that's going to question your world class. Because you have to win. You can't be world class and not win anything. So once that happens, if he wins the league and maybe if he wins the league, then yeah, I'll start saying, you know what, you've got to start putting him in that category.
Do you think he's the best young player in the world? Because I think he is. Young player. I'm not saying he's the best.
I push back on it and I say, you know what, it's very close. I say it's equal to maybe Pedri and him. That's my two. And I just can't put one.
I don't like people do. I don't like. Stop saying he's best young player in the world. He's our player and he's scoring goals. I don't care where he is in the pecking order. He's scoring goals. And let's not put pressure on him and being world class. I agree with
he's not going to watch this anyway.
World class status takes. He is on his way, and that goal was world class, and he has world class.
For me, he's the best.
Saracen, I'm not even like arguing or like belittling your work. I'm just saying, like, for me, it's a bit longer.
Before we go any further, we have 131 people in the chat right now. I need all of you guys to do me a favor, vote in the poll who's going to be man of the match and hit that like button. Before we go any further, Granit Xhaka, guys. We're going to talk about Granit Xhaka. I'm going to bring Em and Mohammed in a second, but before we go any further, Granit Xhaka got the captain's armband before the end of the game. He was integral to this performance. He got an assist. He loves winning against Manchester United at home. He puts in an absolute shift, and this is amazing.
Turns up every time. Every time. Last year, Xhaka boom. This year, Xhaka cross. Do you know what I mean? He was brilliant, bro. You know what it is? It's leadership. And we talk about mentality. That guy is Arsenal. You know, in that documentary that Gunners was talking about earlier, he says he doesn't sleep at night if Arsenal lose, bro. What more can you want from a player? And you see that same kind of desire and that passion in the field as well. That's why we got that song. We got Granit Xhaka. We got
Granit Xhaka. We got
Granit Xhaka. Brilliant. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Really, really proud to have a player. And he's when people were questioning, is he 30, 35 million? Bro, he's a 50, 60 million player right about now.
He was saying Pedri's overrated.
He is overrated.
Ooh, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Everyone here just want to say anything on Granit Xhaka. Was he your man of the match?
Bro, no. You know, deep this. No one's even speaking about the fact he got the captaincy. Do you know how much of a redemption arc this is? No one even lost their heads. No one cared. No one even gave a damn. Like, bro, his redemption even this season or last season, whatever, has been remarkable. And there's even questions now. People are asking, is he going to become the first Arsenal legend in the Emirates era?
Do you think he's the best, most improved player? Do you think he's the most improved player?
There's questions being asked.
No, I don't think he's. Can I just say, I don't think he's the most. I think he's always been this good. I think he's had so much stick over the years. Right, he's been played out of position. All he made mistakes, but that's because he's in the wrong position and he had so many bad players around him. Put him in a team with good players around him that work hard. That he's not getting. He's probably not getting as much frustrated and kicking off as much because he's got players around him that can play. He's probably getting frustrated on that pitch because he's got people like Mustafi behind him and Bellerin who can't even take a throw in. Do you know? And then we're all giving Xhaka stick. Xhaka is always been a good player. I don't understand the stick he gets. He is brilliant. And all he needed was a right system. I tell you what, Arsene Wenger knew what he was doing when he signed this player. Do you know, this to me, this Xhaka is the last present from Arsene Wenger.
Yeah,
do you know, and he won't be the first legend of, and he won't. Sorry, can I just say he won't be the first. If we win the league, he won't be the first legend at the Emirates. There'll be about another 10 players that are going into it at the same time as well. Because every single one on that pitch at the moment, I can't pick a player which is the best at the moment. They're all
the best part about
they're all performing so high.
You know what the best part about this is? Everyone knows we're the best team in the league. They can't banter us for nothing. They can't say nothing to us. They have nothing on us. There is not. They've said that wait until you play a big team. We've played a big team. They said wait until the World Cup. We're past the World Cup. They said Gabriel Jesus gets injured. You're finished. You're not gonna last till February. You're not gonna be top of the table come February. 20 games into. We're not even halfway through the season yet. Now we are. Are we not? Are we not halfway through the season now? Guess what? You don't have any world-class players. It doesn't matter. They've become world-class. It doesn't matter. You don't have a top manager. Well, he's becoming a top manager. Well, you can't do it. You can't do it when it matters the most under pressure. Well, we're doing it consistently week in, week out. Well, you can't win 13 games in a row. Well, if you don't know, we're currently 14 games undefeated, and we've only dropped points in 2 of those games. So when people are talking about Arsenal, put respect on our name. And it's not even a point of putting respect on our name. Just realize what you're watching is special. This is the best Arsenal team in a decade, 2 decades, since the Invincibles. And this is actually the best Arsenal team of all time based on points at this point of the season. What we're witnessing is unfathomed. We are currently on points to do Centurion level stuff. We're currently on points to do better than what Liverpool and Man City did over the last couple of years. And people still believe City are going to catch us. Show me, how are they going to catch us? Today, there was 2 points between us and them, and they have 2 games more than us played. We currently still have 1 game on them. People are forgetting this. Everyone always wants to banter Arsenal fans, banter me whenever I'm on any other channel. But when you actually hear, you get the real facts. Arsenal are the real deal. And if you don't realize that, you're living under a rock. But Mohammed, go ahead.
Hi, good evening, guys.
Good evening, bro. How you doing?
Congratulations. All happy.
Good evening, man.
Happy night. Great win. Crucial match. Top match. Reminded us of our fierce rivals, United, and our games against United before 15 years and 20 years. It was crucial to get the needed win today, and we had to show character. We showed character, courage. We fight it till the end, because I think this win has many aspects. First of all, it was important to get this win after City won against Wolves today and put some pressure on us. So it was important to regain the 5 points lead. Second, United, of course, the only team that beat us. So, of course, it was also, I think, in the mind of the players that we must win this match, and also to show more ambition, to send a message that we are on top. We are top of the league, and we will stay there, and we'll fight there till the end, taking game by game, concentrate, fight, work, take the league game by game. We are top, and we will intend to be top till the end. But we must be humble, work hard. We are proud of our team. Today was a difficult match, and we must admit United has improved under Ten Hag in the last 2 months. Organizing shape, defensive shape. They had good players like Rashford, who caused us problems. Give credit to Mikel for his changes and game management. When the referee whistled to end the first half, I was telling myself, Ben White must be out, and Tomiyasu must get in. And credit to Arteta, he didn't hesitate or delayed this crucial change, because Ben White on a yellow card, also he was suffering against Rashford. So Tomiyasu did well in the second half, and also Trossard, he played 10 minutes. He showed his skills, his composure, his technique. For me, I hope that he will play 15 or at least 20 minutes. But in the 10 minutes, he showed his high level. For me, I like Trossard. I rate him high. 2 years ago, I wrote that Arsenal should look at Trossard, should get him. I think he will be a fantastic signing for us. Of course, standout players, I think man of the match must be between two, Zinchenko and Bukayo Saka. I think Bukayo was the main source of danger for us. Every time Bukayo had the ball and penetrate in Man United half, we felt something will happen. So, of course, he scored great goal. Bukayo, our golden boy, our star. Zinchenko had also a fantastic match. Just small notice about Martinelli. Martinelli after the World Cup is not Martinelli before the World Cup. His form somehow has dipped a little bit. He has hesitant in decision making in the final third. His crossing are not precise, taking players one-on-one also. So it was crucial to get Trossard to have another option in the attack. I think Trossard is an intelligence player. So we are all happy. Fantastic win, great character to fight until the end. And just a word about Eddie Nketiah. A year ago and a year and a half, in many YouTube channels, some Arsenal fans attacked Eddie, and I defended him. My trust of Eddie Nketiah didn't shaken. He's a goal scorer proven. He's a very, very, very good striker. For me, he's underrated.
You told me he wasn't good enough, bro. You told me he wasn't good enough. We need a new striker.
No. I told you he's good enough. And return to all the interviews with you and with Arsenal Lunch, with Liv, and with many fans. they refused to get him a new contract, and I say he deserves it. And Mikel trust Eddie. Eddie is a very good striker. He deserves his chance. And I told them his stats when he started the matches. His scoring stats is phenomenal. He's the top scorer of England under 21. So for me, Eddie must have big credit. He's delivering with the absence of Gabriel Jesus. So Arsenal fans must trust Eddie because he's delivering. He's working hard every match. So this words is for Eddie.
Okay, Gunner Soul. Saracen Gooner. There's an echo, so just when you're not speaking, try to keep your mic muted. I'm going to now transition away from this conversation, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to go straight into the player ratings. We 30 minutes into the video. Egal, call him out. A lot of people switch stances. Definitely. I'm not going to lie, Mohammed, you might have said Eddie Nketiah deserves a contract, but when we were going into this transfer window, you said we need to sign an attacker and we also need to sign a striker.
A winger, I said, Egal, not an attacker. I said that we will not sign a striker. We need a winger to ease the burden on Saka and Martinelli. This is what I said.
If I'm not mistaken, Mohammed, respect to you 100%, but if you said that, then I might be mistaken. But if I'm not wrong, you were not believing in Eddie Nketiah just a couple of months ago when we were playing against when we were playing in the Europa League.
Return to my talk, and from signing a new deal until now, even before, I fully trust Eddie always, because I know he's a very good striker. Needs just a chance and confidence, and he will deliver like now he's delivering in every match.
Okay.
Can I just say one thing about Eddie? One thing about Eddie, Egal.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You know, let's just say he doesn't play a few games. It takes him about 2, maybe 3 games to get into it. Once he's into it, and he said it himself in the interview, he's a great player. Yeah, he does work hard. But the problem is, let's say Jesus comes back. He's come back, and it's at the end of April is going to be a difficult month for us. If Eddie has to make an impact off the bench, I know he does score occasionally, like against Fulham and stuff, but will he be that guy? That's the thing. At the same time, I don't know, because for me, the jury's still out. I love Eddie. I think he's proper Arsenal, and I think he cares.
The jury's still be out. I don't.
One second.
How can he still be out?
One second. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We can talk about the jury still out another time. I just want to show this and move on. So I just want to show you guys how much we dominated United. Even though they scored 2 goals, their 2 goals were scrappy goals. You can see by the XG, the quality of those goals. They weren't supposed to score that Rashford chance. I think bad from Ramsdale. And the second chance also bad from Ramsdale. As you can see here, they barely had any chances on our goal. They had about 5 or 6, 6 shots the whole entire game. As you can see here, we had more than 6 shots just near to outside the box, let alone inside the box. We were peppering them the whole time, as you can see there. And then let's go to the actual possession. As you can see here, possession, we let them have the ball a little bit. We let them have the ball a little bit into the second half, going into the second half, just to show you guys what happened there, right? But now let's go, 25 to 6 shots. Crazy.
Wow.
I told these guys they weren't going to have 7 shots. 25 to 6 shots. That is mental. Now let's talk about player ratings. Let's go into player ratings, people, because we're halfway in and we haven't even gotten into player ratings. That's crazy, right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We gotta start.
We're so happy. That's why. We're happy. Everyone's happy. Yeah, we're cussing the Man United.
Yeah, we got. This is what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna start with Ramsdale. What do we say with Ramsdale? Score per. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think Ramsdale deserves a lot of.
No, he made one unbelievable save when it deflected twice. So
I know. But if we're gonna be consistent, Ramsdale was at fault for both goals. In my opinion, Ramsdale.
Not the first one.
No, I don't agree with you, Egal. In the second goal, in the first goal, no. In the second goal, surely yes.
1 second. Ramsdale in 90 minutes made 2 saves. He made at least, let's at least count one of them an error leading to a goal, which was the Martinez goal, okay? The Rashford goal, he wasn't 100% switched on. He conceded 2 goals. We're in a game where It was small margins. Their chances were not that high of quality to concede 2 goals. Hence why we won the game. We performed well overall. He did good distributing and everything. I'll give him a 5.5. I'm not giving him anything more than that. I don't think he deserves anything more than a 5.5. Do you guys disagree?
No, I agree with that. Towards the end, when he ran out towards Rashford, that was a little bit of a scary moment. I thought he could have took a red there. He took a bit of a risk. I know he had to do it, but yeah. But can I just say the first goal? You can't do nothing about that. That was just a really good strike. You have to Rashford. He's right in the side. You know, when you back the ball from that distance, it's when it's in the side like that. It was a brilliant goal. I hate to say it.
And Egal, you must remember the great save from Rashford, which was deflected, and Ramsdale was in one angle, and the ball was going to the other angle, and he managed to keep the ball out. This is crucial save in the match.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to be consistent here. When we win, and I'm very emotional, I give everyone 10s and I do madness. But today, I'm going to keep it real. 6 is generous. And even someone in the comments said it. If we give him higher than a 5.5, we're saying he was above average. He was average today. That's the reality.
No, I don't think he was average. His ball distribution was good. His passing was really
I blame him in the goal. He must punch the ball. He must punch the ball, not try to claim it. He must punch it.
Fair enough.
Just this.
Okay, let's move on, guys. Let's move on because we got a lot of players to talk about. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like we might be going until 9 o'clock. So people, make sure you do hit that like button and let me know what your player ratings were also. Okay, so Ramsdale, we gave Ramsdale a 5.5, right?
For me, higher. He must take higher. 6.5.
Maybe a 6 or a 5.5. Not much higher than a 6.
I think if we're giving him a 6, we're raising the standards. We're lowering the standards of our performances. Because I don't know. People in the chat saying, 6 is generous, maybe 5.5. Some people saying 7.
5.5.
He made 2 saves. He made
crucial. He didn't. Okay, the second goal was his fault. But look at overall match.
Okay, I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. I feel like maybe I'm being harsh. I'll give him a 6. That's the best I'm gonna do. Ben White gets a 5. Ben White gets a 5. He got taken off at halftime.
4. For me, 4.
I'm not calling him a bad player. I just feel like Ben White, he didn't have the best of games. Rashford had the better of it. And when it comes down to it, he's not really a right back, but he's been performing well this whole season. Today was a bad day at the office. I'll give him a 5. What are we saying?
5. I don't think it was a terrible day. It wasn't like Rashford had loads of chances against him. I think 5 is fair, and it was a good tactical substitution to get Tomiyasu because he probably would have got sent off. So it'll be a 5.
Oh yeah,
he had a few wayward passes as well. He had a few wayward passes that he had. That was the only game this season that I would say he's been the most consistent player in the team, and that's his first game. It wasn't good. I think he was, apart from the yellow bit, he was dealing with Rashford. He was leaving. Sometimes you got to get a bit tight to him. You got to get a bit.
My friend also, of course, Ben White was a monster during all the season, but this match, particular, he was sloppy. His passes were not correct.
If he didn't have a yellow, we would have been talking about him having a better game. The fact that he got sent. Taken off at half time, that makes it.
That's true. The only reason why he really got taken off at halftime might have been the yellow, but also, let's be real, when Tomiyasu came in, let me tell you guys what Tomiyasu did when he came in. Tomiyasu came onto the pitch and ground duels destroyed Rashford on the ground. Rashford didn't really get past him at all. After that, let's be real. Rashford, second half, the 45 minutes that Tomiyasu was on, was held to nothing. And also, I don't know if you guys know, Tomiyasu came in and got an assist. Do you know that? Do you know Tomiyasu came in and got an assist? Are we forgetting?
Tommy, he was lively going forward.
Tomiyasu got the assist for the second goal. If I'm not, no. He got the assist for the Saka goal. That doesn't really count as an assist. What am I talking about?
He was getting crosses in as well. He was getting quite a few crosses into the belt.
He was lively going forward and sharing with the attacks.
Just to correct you, Rashford did get past him. You know when Ramsdale made that unbelievable that save with the double deflection, he got he was early on, so we give him that. But yeah, I think
what do you
he
give
looked quite
Tomiyasu?
good.
He was good. He was good.
I'm giving Tomiyasu a 7. Everyone in the chat, I'm giving Tomiyasu a 7.
Yes, I agree.
7. Okay. Now let's move on to Saliba. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Saliba and Gabriel, one is getting a 6, one is getting a 7. Guess which one's gonna get the 7?
Gabriel.
Gabriel is the one getting the 7. Saliba is the one getting the 6. I feel like Gabriel has been the better center back out of the two for a little while now.
I agree with you.
He's been in the game a little bit more.
I agree 100%.
For me, I give both a 7.
Yeah, you know what? I take that back. I just realized Tomiyasu's assist was Saka doing a wonder goal. We got Glenn in the house. Big up Glenn Nightly TV in the house. Bro, we're just doing the player ratings with everybody. If you want to say what you got to say, we're going to save that until the end. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just going to do the player ratings. How are you, man?
No worries, no worries. So yeah, let's get into do me a favor, put in the private chat the link to your channel. I'm gonna make sure I put in the description. But yeah, Tomiyasu for Gabriel, he gets a 7. Saliba gets a 6. Can we just move past this one quite quickly? I feel like defensively, the goals really weren't too much their mistake. Although I would say Gabriel was more more dominant in this game for me. I thought he was more of the better player. But Saliba, at times, he was culpable to the goals. He was a big part in not closing down the Rashford goal, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.
I agree.
For me, I gave both a 7.
You give both a 7? What do we say?
Yes.
People in the chat, let me know. Do you guys think I'm capping? What is it? 7.5 for Gabriel. Both center backs get 7s. Is it harsh to give Saliba a 6?
Yes. For me, yes. He was
some
good.
Saliba was a 6 max, so some people agree with me.
He played good.
He had a few. He weren't as good as Gabriel, but he wasn't bad. It was still good. It was still solid. You know.
Yes. He was. Yes.
Yeah, but his distribution was good. You know, his passing out from the back was good. I can't remember him making many mistakes, but Gabriel was
composed. He was composed. He was also composed on the ball.
He's a monster in defense.
Let's go to Glenn. What are you saying, Glenn? Gabriel and Saliba. What are you giving them?
I agree exactly with him. 7 for both. I gave them both a 7. Yeah. Saliba's, as he said, Saliba's passing as well from the back, the way he's intercepting balls. Some people would miss that, but the way he's so comfortable on the ball as well. There's so much to look at. It's so comfortable as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with both of them. 7 for both. Despite conceding 2 goals, I still think they did good. The first one was Partey's fault, so 7 for both.
I agree.
Okay. I'm just gonna move Gabriel up to Saliba up to 6.5 and give Gabriel 7. Is that fair, guys? Because I felt like Saliba was just a little bit below Gabriel. But
you insist again.
I insist. Saracen, you're gonna start with Zinchenko. I think one of the man of the match candidates, one of the best players in the game. Mentality.
For me,
he was everywhere. He was at right.
Everywhere.
On the left, he was in the midfield, he was in the attack, he was in our box, he was in their box. He was at one point he was linking up with Saka on the right side as a left back. He had the game of his life. Talk to me.
Man of the match. He started off, when the Sky Sports showed it, he was dictating the team talk before the game. He was pushing everyone. He was coming inside. They didn't know if he was midfield, if he was left back. He was getting back, he was defending, and you could see what it meant to him. That last 8.5, maybe 9. Because 9. Let's give him a 9. I'm being generous. For me, it was an absolute brilliant match, and that's what I expect from Zinchenko. I'm really, really happy with his performance.
Fantastic. He was superb. He covered all the pitch. He was everywhere. He was lively.
Talk to me. What about you, my guy? Talk to me, Glenn.
Zinchenko, Man United made like around 35, 36 clearances, and like 30 of them were in that second half, the last 30 minutes. Every single ball that was coming back to midfield, Partey, Xhaka, and Zinchenko were dealing with them. All of them. Zinchenko today, I can't tell you, if someone was watching the game today for the first time, they wouldn't really tell you he was a left back. He was playing as an attacking midfielder, defensive midfielder. I saw him on the right wing with Saka a couple of times.
Winger also, a winger.
Yeah, he actually crossed the ball for the Nketiah goal, the last minute. He's actually the one who crossed the ball. So absolutely fantastic. I think that's the best game he's had in an Arsenal shirt. And
I give him a 9.
Absolutely 9. I agree with that as well. 9 out of 10.
I also give him a 9. I think Zinchenko, man of the match candidate, but he's not my man of the match. But he is definitely a man of the match candidate. Honorable mention, the best inverted left back in the world. I think maybe is there a better inverted left back? Like, am I tripping? Cancelo is not a left back. Like this guy, they miss him. Manchester City, they miss Zinchenko. They are worried about winning this league. Zinchenko coming to Arsenal, they're doing an internal investigation on how they let this happen. People are saying 8. Guys, come on, give him a 9. This is
Nine.
We gave him Egal a 9.
He deserves it. Okay, let's go now. Let's go now to Partey and Xhaka. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Partey getting beat by Rashford was the highlight of Manchester United fans' day because they've been doing the Casemiro Partey debate for the longest time, and for them to see Rashford score and dunk on Partey for that brief moment, he went into a different monster in the second half. I feel like even though he got beat for that goal and he didn't do that well, I feel like we can still say he had himself a good game, but Xhaka was the standout in the midfield. Xhaka was the 7 or 8 out of 10, in my opinion. Partey was the 6 or 7 out of 10. So for me, I'm going to give Partey a 7. I'm going to give Xhaka an 8 or a 7.5. That's what I'm looking at right now. Tell me what you guys think.
Xhaka needs an 8, not 7. Xhaka was brilliant in there. It was getting forward. The cross for the goal, I didn't even know he had that in his locker. That cross was perfect. So if he gets anything below an 8, I'd give him a 9. But I think that might be too high. But he's definitely not getting a 7. It's an 8 all day.
Partey getting a 6. Granit Xhaka gets an 8. Granit Xhaka gets an 8. Partey 6. Granit Xhaka 7. Anyone disagree? Because we can just quickly.
I think Egal Partey in the first half was poor. His passing, he was sloppy. The first goal, he passed it wrong, and Rashford then passes him and scored the goal. And he also was wrong at many other passes. In the second half, he came live again. He played good. I think because the good second half for Partey, we may give him a 7. And for me, Xhaka deserves an 8.
For me, it was cold. And the Rolls Royce sometimes takes time to warm up, yeah? And the Rolls Royce came on in the second half. So for me, Partey was 7. He dictated it. Let's just be clear. Second half, he dominated the midfield. They even
second half he was good, but first half
was good. First half he did make a couple of mistakes. Rolls Royce takes time to get.
He was poor first half. Second half, I agree with you.
I don't think he was completely poor either. There was times where he ran through the midfield. You know what I mean?
His passes were awful in the first.
7 and Xhaka 8.5.
Let's just stop it there. Before we go any further, make sure you do hit that like button, guys. We're gonna now talk about Martin Odegaard. I felt like the captain wasn't on his game. He looked like at times he was working with an injury or something, but then, as captains do, he perseveres and he still gets involved and gets an assist on the day for the winning goal in the 90-something minute. Big up to Odegaard.
He was good. No, Odegaard was good until he got back.
Let's not lie. For the first 70 minutes, I would say he was not as lively as he was in the past couple of games.
The way he was passing left and right, he was just one pass straight across the whole field from the left. Then he did the same pass the other end, straight to the right. He was good. He could have scored, but he had someone blocked it on the line. I think it was Varane that blocked it. Varane was good, by the way. And then he got that back injury. I think it was the end of the first half. And from there, he wasn't the same. So for me, 6. But I think he was good in the first half. He was dictating.
Look, Egal, I agree with.
One second. He has been a 10 out of 10 since the World Cup has come back. And you're giving him a 6, and you're telling me he wasn't good. Wait. You're telling me he's good, but you're giving him a 6. It doesn't add up, guys. Odegaard, if he's good, he's giving us 10s and 8s. Giving him a 6 is saying by his standards he was not good. So realistically,
he was good in the first half. That's what.
One second. Saracen, we can be critical and be constructive, but it doesn't have to be always negative. Let's keep it real. He was good in the second half near the end. For the entirety of the game, 6 is fair. Fully agree. But to say he was good and then give him a 6 doesn't make sense.
No, good.
Egal.
I think he was good at the start.
A crucial point
in the first half. I think second half he kind of tallied off. I think he gets tired, and I think it was not just this game. Quite a lot of games he gets tired towards the last 10, 15 minutes. Because he puts so much energy. I think him and Longstaff are the ones that run the most in the Premiership in terms of miles covered. So I think that's what's happened.
How about this?
Injury. Rashford injured him. How
about this? We meet in the middle. We give him a 7. Is that fair, guys?
Yep, that's what I gave him.
It's fair. I agree. Egal. I agree with my friends. That Odegaard was good tonight, but in the last few matches, all the match he was excellent. Not good. He was excellent in the last matches. So he was good. He was good by his standard. He must be even better. I think in the last 20-25 minutes he was involved in all our attacks. So he was very good in the last 20 minutes. So 7 is fair.
Okay. Big up, Glenn. I've already added it in the description. You guys can find the link to Glenn's channel in the description. Let's now move on. You guys can see the actual ratings of the players down below in the thing also. Let's go to the front three. They call them MNS, right? MSN. You got Martinelli, Saka, and Eddie Nketiah. Saka, I'm giving Saka a 10. I'm giving Martinelli a 6. I'm giving Eddie Nketiah a 10. That's what I'm doing. Like, or if you want to say they both deserve 9s and you don't and you don't want to give them 10s, that's fair. But for me, Bukayo Saka ran the show. Eddie Nketiah finished it off. Martinelli was not looking like himself. That is my analysis on them.
I agree.
So at this moment in time,
he's still running hard though. He still looks, even though he's not at his best, he's still working hard. He's still tired Wan-Bissaka out, who I thought was one of their better players. He was still running at him. He may not be.
Bissaka stopped Martinelli for most of the time. He wasn't able to take him one-on-one and to cross. Martinelli was lively as usual because he's quick, he has pace, but his delivery, his last ball. Review the last matches. There is a problem in his decision making in the last ball.
I don't think it's decision making. I think it's the fact I don't think he plays as well with Eddie. I think he plays a lot better because I think he is more of a striker than a thing. And I think when he's got Jesus who plays, let's be honest, Jesus isn't the striker. He's playing more of a false 9 role. He's all over the place. He's a creator. And I think that's where he benefits from that a lot better. I tell you what, Man United would take that Martinelli today over Antony because he was doing so much more, even though he wasn't at his best. He was still. The same with Saka at the beginning of the season. Everyone was saying, "Oh, he's not that great." He wasn't as good for his standard, but he's still offering. He's still offering a threat down that wing. And do you know what? Him running the left back, the right back in tiredness probably helps when the next guy comes on. When Trossard comes on.
I have to wrap this up soon, but before we go, I'm just going to say this. Man of the match for me, Bukayo Saka. Am I crazy?
I agree. Fully agree. Bukayo.
I'm for Eddie because I think he was brilliant.
It's controversial, but without Bukayo Saka, Eddie Nketiah doesn't get the opportunity to score the goals that he scored.
Without Eddie Nketiah, would have been.
And another crucial point, my friends. Another crucial point. I agree with you, Egal, because if you look at the form of Martinelli tonight and Odegaard, Saka was the source of danger for us. Things was happening when Saka was on the ball and tried to penetrate. So he was our star. all attacks, all dangerous attacks, chances came from Saka. So I fully agree.
Let's see what the people in the comment section say. 45% of the people voted for Eddie Nketiah to be man of the match. What about you, Glenn?
It was between, for me, Nketiah and Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko was absolutely incredible every single position. But Nketiah, not only the goals. Yesterday, I asked a question and someone told me we need to start Trossard and straight away drop Nketiah. And I was like, why? He's been playing so well. He's probably one of the man of the match against Tottenham. Why drop him? Today, for that first goal, that Xhaka crossed that header, if you just watch the way, I think it was a short corner and then we passed it around for like 20 seconds and took it back to Xhaka and crossed. Just watch Nketiah's movement in the box. Wan-Bissaka was marking him. He had his eye on him for like 20 seconds. And the last minute when Xhaka was putting in the cross, he looked behind and he was gone. Positioning, that is what you want to see. Lethal in the box. For the second goal, the last minute goal, reaction time, absolutely fantastic. So they're probably the best game he's ever played for Arsenal, and that is what we see. I actually think if Jesus comes back today, it's not obvious that Nketiah straight drops back to the bench for Jesus. It's not that obvious. So I think that's a compliment for him. So I'm going to go with Nketiah's man of the match.
My friend, you have to bear in mind when Jesus come to the team, maybe mid-February, end of February, we don't know. He will not come straightforward after this long month away, step by step. So Eddie will still start till Jesus get his form, and he needs time when he come to the team. So it's not that when Jesus return, Eddie will be on the bench. No, I don't think so.
I think we'll see them together on the pitch one day at least.
You know what? We have to talk about another thing also. Today, we are not only winning a game, but we're also making another signing. We're signing more squad depth. We're signing a center back. We've signed Trossard. All these guys are coming through the door. We are building with the money that we had for Modric. We said, forget about Michaela Modric. We are now going to build a squad. You no longer can say Arsenal don't have squad depth, because what we're doing right now shows that we will have squad depth. We're going to be signing a right back when Cedric leaves. We're going to be signing this guy right here, Jakub, and we've already signed Trossard. Honestly, guys, I'm very happy with Arsenal.
For me, Egal, we're all happy, but the area of concern is midfield. Look,
if Jakub can play DM, then why not?
No. Jakub, he's surely Arsenal brought him as a backup for Gabriel, because he's a natural left-sided center back. So Partey is our star in midfield in number 6. Even El Neni, which I rate him high, he's injured for 2 or 3 weeks on the bench.
Today's performance from Zinchenko made me believe that he could be our DM.
Yeah.
No. Zinchenko will continue in his role as inverted left back. This is the idea and the plan for Arteta. But the main worrying area is just midfield. At the bench, we didn't have any player number 6 instead of Partey. Even Elneny now injured in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So for me, signing another midfielder from now till the end of this transfer window is a priority. You agree with me, guys?
I agree with you. Yo, look, I'm just going to tell everyone right now, I'm going to have Monty on, I'm going to have Alan on, I'm going to have Strode on, I'm going to have Rax on. I'm going to have a big panel tonight at 10 o'clock for Vibes from the 6. So make sure you check out Vibes from the 6 at 10 o'clock tonight. It's going to be a massive show. I'm going to have 2 Manchester United fans on, 2 Liverpool fans on. I'm going to have a Chelsea fan on. I might even get a second one just to make it fun. We're going to have, we can't find a Man City fan. We can't. Dabs is busy. You got Gunner. You got Thing is busy. Patrick Vaders might be busy. We can't find a Man City fan. They don't want to come on the stream. Egal, can you explain why Saka is your man of the match? He was up against Shaw all game. Rashford didn't defend. Saka didn't help out White at all. You know what? You make a good point. The reason why Bukayo Saka is my man of the match is because he's the one who kickstarted the comeback. He's the one who was always triggering the attack and doing everything. I get on the left that what do you call it, what we did, but you also have to remember his link-up play with Tomiyasu got the assist for the second goal. We don't get the second goal without Bukayo Saka. We don't get.
And he scored. Also, he scored a fantastic goal, great goal.
Mohammed, let me finish, please. We also don't get into a position to get the opening goal without Bukayo Saka's moment of brilliance. The third goal is the only goal where he wasn't really involved in. And defensively, I get it that he wasn't helping out as much. But what he was doing when we get the ball in our possession was he was causing the most havoc in our attack. We know that Martinelli was off. Now, the quality difference between Martinelli and Eddie Nketiah and Saka is not that different. We expect a lot from Saka, but today he was delivering in a high pressure game. He was the one that took the game on his back. Eddie Nketiah scored the goals and finished it off, and he did a great job doing it. But let's be honest, from minute 1 to minute 90, who was the person who was the most impactful in the game? For me, if you're gonna pick between Zinchenko, Saka, and thing, arguably you could say Zinchenko was more impactful than Eddie Nketiah. You can say Saka was more impactful than Eddie Nketiah, but in my opinion, between Saka and Eddie Zinchenko, you don't win the game without either of them. You're picking between it's small margins. That's why.
Isn't it brilliant that?
That's why.
Isn't it brilliant we got like 3 contenders?
That's why.
Isn't it brilliant we got 3 contenders for man of match? You know, back in the day, they weren't there too long where you couldn't even. We were figuring out who was the best of the worst, and now at the moment we're fighting who's the best. Do you know any 3 of them would have got? I'd have been happy for any 3 of them to get man at match.
Yes.
I think you're right about Saka.
That's why I said it's controversial.
All the time and letting him go into the box, and do you know?
That's why I said it's controversial. Everyone's gonna give it to Eddie. That's why I said it's controversial. Everyone's gonna give it to Eddie, but in my opinion, it is what it is. It is what it is. Everyone's gonna give it to Eddie, but it is what it is. It's controversial, but in my opinion, that's how the thing. That's how
I agree with you, Egal. If we return to the first half, which we were not at our best, the only danger was Saka. He was penetrating and crossing, and he was doing everything, even in the first half.
1 second. Let's just go to Glenn's reaction of the game before we go any further. Mohammed and Ben, thank you for joining us, my guys. Big up.
Cheers, thank you.
Big up. Glenn, give me your reaction to the game before you go, bro.
Man, I'm so happy. I think I predicted 3-1. Once again, I was so happy with how we dominate teams these days. Home or away, big teams. After first 10 minutes these days watching Arsenal, sometimes I even feel scared and I'm Arsenal fan. How quickly we start games. Also unlucky not to get a goal today early on. Very impressed with the last 30 minutes. We literally dominated them the last 30 minutes. They didn't get a touch of the ball. That's how you know with the bigger team these days. Usually we'd settle for a draw against Man United and Man City and Liverpool. Usually we'd settle for a draw. But today, the last 30 minutes, they had to bring in Fred for Antony because they knew they were happy with the draw. We were dominating in the last 30 minutes. And for Saka, I think Saka was great. As I said, I wouldn't give him a 10 out of 10. I think it was an 8 out of 10. I agreed with someone in the chat, but he was incredible once again. I think Shaw actually did well against him a couple of times. I think Wan-Bissaka did well against Martinelli a couple of times. I don't think Martinelli has definitely dropped on form a couple of the last couple of games, but he hasn't been terrible. I'd say he's been up against some really good right backs in terms of Wan-Bissaka's attack line, also Trippier when he faced Newcastle. I think they did very great, but I don't think you just drop him totally. But if Trossard was to come in, I'd say Martinelli is the one to be rested for like a couple of games. He's played a lot anyway, like Oxford, yard start and stuff like that. Odegaard today, quiet, but in the second half, the vision he has as well, it's fantastic. Nketiah's best ever game in an Arsenal shirt. As I said, even when Jesus comes back, I don't think it's direct drop Nketiah at all. And this shows how much you've grown. Beating Man United, beating Tottenham in the same week. We did the same in October, I think. We beat Liverpool and Tottenham in the same week. Wins against the likes of Brighton and Brentford. We've definitely grown, so I'm really happy. And looking at our fixture list, I'm even more confident, man. Like Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, all in the next 5 games. Really confident, so I'm pretty happy with how it went. Big win, last minute win.
Who was your FPL captain? Because for me, I captained Haaland.
I captained Haaland this week.
I put Odegaard as my captain.
I mean, I see why, because he's been scoring the goals. I think I saw a stat today saying we have 4 players with 5+ assists already. Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and I think all of them also, apart from Xhaka, have 5+ goals. So it's really hard to choose, but any of them really fantastic.
You want to know something else? I benched Marcus Rashford because I was so emotional. I completely took logic out of my head for this fantasy things this week. And I took a -8 hit and I benched Marcus Rashford. and I made Odegaard my captain. I single-handedly this season effed up my whole fantasy league. And my whole fantasy team. Mental. But yo, big up for coming on. Big up everyone. Hope you guys are well. Shout out Glenn every single time. Big up to you, my guy. Have yourself a wonderful day. I'm out of here, people. I'm going to be back at 10 o'clock with another video. Shout out to Kaz and everyone at Never Foul. I'm going to send you guys over there now. And also, if you guys want to go check out Big Six Bands, they're live also. But yeah, for now, I'll leave you guys to do. And don't forget, Eddie and Nketiah's in the room.